With the final DLC fighter for Smash being released and bringing an end to the era of Ultimate, it just got me thinking about the trip we've taken from launch day to the final fighter. In these 1,046 days, Masahiro Sakurai has defied our expectations to a point where we weren't sure who's coming next. Before launch, we got a space pirate who was previously told he was too big to join, and we got one of Nintendo's newer IPs as well. We got a character representing a series from Nintendo's earlier days. We also got a new Pokemon, another Animal Crossing representative, and Donkey Kong's long-forgotten arch-nemesis. As well as some other surprising additions, and oh yeah, everyone came back. And as the months rolled around, we got confirmation of 6 DLC fighters. A basic enemy got their chance to join the battle. The great Phantom Thief stole an invitation. 4 heroes from their own separate tales and a bear and a bird were summoned on the same day. We also got another seasoned fighter, and finally, Byleth, who, despite being a Fire Emblem character, ended up being the most unique one to represent the franchise. Despite all these pleasing additions to fans of their respected franchises, people were still unhappy and wanted more of other characters. Usually when a new fighter is released, the entire community either sends messages of love or hate for the new arrivals. And just as people were losing hope in seeing their favorite character coming to Smash, Sakurai announces 6 more DLC fighters that will be coming to the game. Smash Ultimate had already broken expectations with its roster of all-star fighters, who were said to be impossible to join in the past. But this second set of fighters didn't further break expectations. It shattered them. Shattered expectations so far that we don't even know what the limits of Smash are. Another new IP got a chance to shine in Smash. A small indie game that took the world by storm as the most sold game ever in history is now in Smash. One of the greatest antagonists in gaming history descended onto the battlefield. Xenoblade got another fighter with the tag team duo of Pyra and Mithra. One of the first 3D fighting games, Tekken, brought one of its most iconic characters to Smash. And finally, Sora from the Kingdom Hearts series, a series that is partially owned by Disney, was the final character to join the fight. And each character brought with them portals to their own worlds. Mementos, Yggdrasil, Spiral Mountain, a specific iteration of the King of Fighters Stadium that isn't from any of the games, but it looks like it fits in a King of Fighters game. We got the Monastery from the new Fire Emblem game, Spring Stadium, a Minecraft world, Northern Cavern, Cloud Sea of Allrest, Mishima Dojo, and finally Hollow Bastion from Kingdom Hearts. And each character and each level perfectly portrays their world, whether it looks directly ripped, whether it looks remade, whether it looks like it's been changed up to fit Smash Bros. All the detail put into the DLC, as well as the original game without the DLC, perfectly portrays each character and each stage's game of origin. But why am I saying all these things? Why am I listing off all these things? Why am I repeating things that most Smash fans know in regards to the additions, the updates, and everything else we've gotten in these 1,046 days, from launch to Sora? I'm just listing off all these things, all these achievements, as a thank you to the dev team and to Sakurai. Even after leaving Nintendo, he kept coming back to direct every single Smash game. And we can all agree, nobody, never, will ever be able to direct a Smash game the same way he does. He left a big impact on the gaming industry and on the fans, whether that be in developing the game or outside of developing the game. From all the characters that he's brought in, he's pleased different generations of fans and enjoyers of different genres, just to celebrate gaming as a whole. And for me and for many others, Smash has become this nexus point thanks to Sakurai. And by that, I'm referring to the Smash Effect. The Smash Effect refers to the impact that a character has on its franchise after joining Smash. This impact is basically 2 things. One, it's the effect that it has on the players, making them aware of these franchises. Like when Terry came out, I became aware of Fatal Fury and King of Fighters, and then I got a little bit into that. The second part of the Smash Effect is that now that these players are aware of these franchises, they boost the sales on the franchises by buying these games and starting to get into them. Joker boosted the sales of Persona Strikers and also got a lot of people interested in Persona 5 Royale before it came out. Hero did the same for Dragon Quest XI alongside a demo that released around the same time. Banjo and Kazooie aren't on Switch, but thanks to their inclusion in Smash, Xbox was trending for the first time on Twitter. And it was all because Sakurai said play Banjo-Kazooie on Xbox. Also, sorry, I wrote this script before Nintendo announced their outrageous Nintendo Switch expansion thing. It turns out after a couple decades, Banjo's finally coming back to a Nintendo platform. Terry, I had no idea existed. I had no idea about SNK. I never knew about them either, but because of Terry being in Smash, I got interested in King of Fighters, as I previously stated. You know, Byleth was obviously put in the game because Nintendo made Sakurai, and Sakurai knows we're tired of Fire Emblem characters being in Smash. But in the end, Byleth being in Smash made people grow more interested in Fire Emblem Three Houses, which ended up helping the sales. At that time, I made a video about how Byleth basically copies moves from other characters, but then I bought all the characters and realized I was wrong. Byleth is fun to play as, and obviously, now I want to play Fire Emblem Three Houses. Interesting fact about Min Min, she was actually the first fighter revealed after we were introduced to the main roster of ARMS. And she was also the first fighter revealed for Fighter Pass 2. At first, the game didn't sell that well because it was essentially just competing against Splatoon 2, which was a month away from releasing. But after the Smash effect took place, more people got interested in ARMS and ended up buying the game. Minecraft is the best-selling game in the world, so I can't really verify if it boosted sales, but it did break Twitter that day. I'm not even kidding, like, Twitter actually crashed. Sephiroth boosted sales in Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VII Remake. Pyra and Mithra boosted sales in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Kazuya caused Tekken 7 sales to boost up and also got other people into the old games, and Sora got a cloud version of his game coming to Switch, but there's still hope for a physical release and the developers aren't really sure yet, but you can be sure that it did boost sales on the PS4 and Xbox One, because that's where the games are, as well as PC on the Epic Games Store. But it did boost a lot of sales specifically on Melody of Memories, or at least the Switch version of it, because if you purchase the game and have data on your Switch, you actually get a hidden song. And that kind of is a good thing, because Melody of Memories is a recap game for the whole series, and Sora being in Smash did get a lot more people into Kingdom Hearts. And that's pretty much it. Sakurai got all these people into these games, all these people into these different franchises, and then all these different franchises are doing a lot better because of their inclusion in Smash. I know listing off all these impacts and all these achievements that the game had on me and on other people and learning about all these different franchises and also in appreciating Smash and celebrating gaming as a whole, it's just a weird way of me saying thank you. But hey, I'm a weird guy. I've grown up with all these characters, whether I played their games or not. I've seen them around. I know the impact they've had on other people's lives, their childhoods, growing up. I mean, life isn't all about games, but this is just a little sweet spot, a little fun time that we have. Why not enjoy it? Why not list off all the good things that this made us at least feel in this moment? Thank you for your hard work, Mr. Sakurai, in these past few decades. I hope whatever projects you have lined up, whether it be developing a new Smash game or doing something new, I hope it goes well because I'll be there to support the project too. Thank you for being a part of my childhood, and thank you for continuing to make that same childhood stay alive while growing up for me and for future generations.